What's going on, guys? Bexio back, and today we are going to look at something pretty funny with 3AC, the crypto hedge fund, basically responsible for taking Voyager and maybe even Celsius out of the picture and causing them to go bankrupt. Now they are back into the news, making headlines that maybe they didn't even use the funds that they borrowed to lose money gambling in crypto. They used some of the funds to lose money buying a yacht. That's right, this cryptocurrency hedge fund was too busy buying yachts and trying to live the rich life than trying to figure out how to not lose the money that they're borrowing. And we can see right here, this 3AC, the bankrupt crypto hedge fund, purchased a yacht with the funds they borrowed. I mean, you can't even write this stuff. This crypto company that goes bankrupt, that borrows hundreds of millions of dollars from every single company in like crypto. Even they've had billions of dollars on their balance sheet here that they owe people that's in their bankruptcy. And we can see just kind of this is from their filings. You see, in addition to ignoring any attempts of the company's creditors to reach out to the company, Suzu and Kyle Davies had also reportedly made a down payment on a $50 million yacht, with the yacht to be delivered sometime in the next 2 months. At which point the remaining purchase would be due, so they have to pay the rest of the money. But they made a down payment on a yacht with money that they borrowed from these companies like Voyager and places like that, and they knew that, I mean, that's not a good thing to do with the money, and yet they still did it. And it's just kind of funny knowing that this company was borrowing so much money, and the two people behind it had access to all this money because they were so reputable. They were like big names in this kind of hedge fund space, so they had a lot of reputation behind them. But to know that they were taking borrowed money, and instead of figuring out how to make more money with that, they just wanted to buy a yacht and pretend to be rich. And it gets even better when you look into one of the co-founders here of 3AC saying climate change talk is cheap, but sailing the seven seas on your yacht as an international fugitive is expensive. This tweet is in 2019. He has literally planned his exact life 3 years ago, because that's what he's doing right now. Although maybe he's not on the yacht if they don't have it yet. I don't know if they have the yacht, but he is a international fugitive. Nobody knows where this guy is. Apparently, like the co-founders of 3AC are kind of missing, and nobody knows where they've gone. Maybe they've got their yacht and they're just sailing the seas and trying to forget about this whole thing ever happening. But it's just kind of, it's so crazy. 2019. This guy's talking about international fugitive on a yacht, and it literally, his hedge fund was buying a yacht with borrowed money. And we can see even CoffeeZilla replied to this. He was dropping hints the whole time, and apparently this is his yacht. Maybe it's not. Who knows? If this isn't his exact yacht, it's probably something like this. I mean, $50 million yachts are going to be pretty just crazy stuff, but it's still just ridiculous that a crypto hedge fund, a billions and billions of dollars, I think they had like $10 billion under management at one point, they were using the money to go irresponsibly long and irresponsibly trade these cryptocurrencies and DeFi projects and get into Luna and all this. And on along doing all of that insane risk on trading and risky behavior, they didn't even stop there. They went ahead and bought yachts and mansions and just tried to live the rich life while they had the money. And it really wasn't even their money. They were borrowed money and customer funds, and they didn't even care. They just did whatever they wanted to. And just to put some of this money into perspective on just how bad they really got, one of their creditors was Genesis Aces Pacific, and they were revealed to have lent the crypto hedge fund 3AC around $2.36 billion, making it one of the claimants of the firm's $2.8 billion in outstanding obligations. So almost one firm or entity, I don't know exactly what Genesis defines themselves as, if it's a hedge fund or just a random company, but they almost have all of the debt from this company. $2.8 billion total, 2.36 is to Genesis, to one company in which they tried their best to get their money back. You can see this is the article of them owing 2.36 billion after they filed 3AC filed for Chapter 15 bankruptcy I don't know exactly which one that is. We had chapter 11s with Voyager and Celsius, chapter 15 with 3AC. Maybe we can go down the entire bankruptcy book with crypto companies going out, but we can see Genesis, however, appears to have paused their arbitration process after the appointment of advisory firm Tenno to oversee 3AC's liquidation in late June. 3AC filed for the bankruptcy. So they were going after this money. Apparently, they're liquidated and it's a counterparty or another subsidiary company or something going on there that is owed money, not Genesis directly, because they liquidated their collateral. But who knows how everything's going down? I mean, who can you really trust here? But they were going after this firm 3AC through court, but apparently they've put that on pause because of the bankruptcy filings, and they're going to go through that. We can see this too. So this is what it talks about. The other like company or entity in this is now Digital Currency Group, not Genesis, that is exposed to potential losses linked to 3AC's borrowing, according to one person familiar with the matter. So Digital Currency Group, not Genesis, they're probably somehow tied together and merged as one company, but acting as two. So I wouldn't be surprised if this losses in Digital Currency Group affect Genesis. But either way, 3AC just being complete degenerates and no better than the average person investing in crypto, and the average person going out on longs, maybe even the average person using a VPN to use other crypto exchanges to open up leverage accounts. I mean, they're basically doing the same things just with billions of dollars. So just some of the collateral posted by 3AC. This was really interesting because it's not really things I would think you'd have collateralized. Like, it wasn't Bitcoin. Backing the Genesis loan were 3 blocks of shares in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, totaling 17.4 million shares, which is kind of Bitcoin, but not really Bitcoin. So I don't know why you would give loans out with this as collateral. I can understand Bitcoin because of 24/7, 365 liquid market. You can liquidate them at any time. But the Grayscale shares, 446,000 shares in the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, 2.7 million AVAX tokens, the Avalanche token, and 13.5 million near protocol native tokens. So when you look into that, that's their collateral. Is kind of weird because I can understand using Bitcoin as collateral, using even Ethereum as collateral, or maybe stable coins. But once you keep going down the list, I don't know why you would take the risk on super small coins. I mean, Avalanche isn't super small, but it's smaller than Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I don't know why you take the risk on a small altcoin, AVAX and Near, when those can have ridiculously massive moves off of something random happening, or you don't actually know if it's like a scam, if the founder has a bunch of tokens themselves and can dump at any time. It's just kind of not like the best thing. I don't think this is like great collateral. Maybe I'm just dumb, but it doesn't seem like I would like this to be the collateral for billions of dollars. I'd rather have Bitcoin itself and Ethereum itself and leave out the altcoins and not have the trusts involved. But I think that makes more sense. But clearly, apparently Genesis is whole, and it's a different company that's on the hold for the loan. But we'll see how it all plays out. It's all going to go through court. And then Three Arrows Capital was contacted for comment, but didn't respond. To be expected. They're in litigation. They're in bankruptcy filings. So wouldn't expect them to really be too vocal right now, especially, if they're on their yacht here. They can't be asked to deal with all the paperwork. They're going to have their lawyers do it. Well, they sail the 7 seas on the $50 million yacht that they borrowed money to buy. But all that, just kind of funny to see like this crypto hedge fund that was backed by these 2 individuals that were supposed to be super reputable and big names in the hedge fund business, and they were doing the exact same degen stuff as all the other traders on the street, going 100x leverage, irresponsibly long, and risking it all. But instead of doing it with a couple $1,000s, they were doing it with a couple billion. And then on top of that, going out to buy yachts and mansions to try and act rich so they could feel better about themselves. But we'll see how it all plays out. Their liquidations, I doubt everyone's gonna be made whole. It'd be interesting to see their balance whole, their whole on their balance sheet, and if it's like $3 billion or just under $3 billion, how many other companies that affect? Are we seeing the beginning of this, if this bankruptcies going on in crypto? We've seen Voyager fall, Celsius fall, 3AC fall. Are there more to come? That's gonna do it for this video. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in my next video.